Are we live?
Yes, we are.
Do I say that every episode?
Yes, you do.
That's funny.
Jump into the things, babe.
Are we live?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So, this one is going to be, I would say, medium hard difficulty.
Okay.
Okay. This my vibe. N-word.
Yes, keeping that. This is my vibe.
All the
N-word.
bitches like it.
Okay, but we're not gonna bleep bitches. All right. Okay. Okay. Keep going.
Okay, so I got it. Okay, so I got the ambiance just where I want it. Yeah, and if you get paid, it's solely based on your performance. True. My ego is enormous, like my crib in California. If you ain't got no heart, man, you gonna need a donor. Now I said I'm from the corner of ATL, where we got that clientele. Avoid paper trails. Broke so many pails down that I'm shell shocked.
Very frustrated because I feel like I'm positive I know what this song is, but again, because of the way that you're reading it, it's difficult.
This my vibe, nigga. All the bitches like it. Okay, so I got the ambiance just where I want it. If you get paid, it's solely based on your performance. True. My ego is enormous, like my crib in California.
Well, he said he's off of the corner of ATO. Okay, so that's gotta narrow it down.
Yeah.
All right. Are we talking about the Tip T.I. Harris? Is that? Got it.
It's not a bad guess, but no.
Okay.
You get one more.
Are we in the Andre 3000 genre?
Genre? Or just him?
Just humor me. Yes?
No.
Nope. I got nothing.
Okay. It's a vibe. 2 Chainz, Ty Dolla $ign, Trey Songz.
Oh my God.
Jhené Aiko.
You know why that was so... Okay, so apologies, 2 Chainz. I disappointed you and I didn't show up. I am sorry. Here's the thing. 2 Chainz is... He's one of my freaking faves. He is an incredible artist.
Persistent too.
Kitty boy. The best. That's a vibe that has so many people on it.
Yeah.
It has so many people on it.
2 Chainz, Ty Dolla $ign, Trey Songz, Jhené Aiko. Yeah. In the ATL. Clients. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. If you would have read the last words instead of the first, I probably would have got it.
Yeah, I mean it could be a very easy song because they say the word vibe 50 times. So, yeah.
I love how Janelle literally is just on the
track,
just breathing.
Just humming.
Like just being a fairy.
Yeah.
Like literally just bippity boppity booping on the track and buzzing off. That's a fire song. I love that song.
It's an amazing song.
It's a vibe.
It's one of them ones, man.
I mean, it's clearly
Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. I think that's off of.
Oh, that is literally a classic.
Yeah.
Quite literally a classic.
Yeah.
Phenomenal pick, babe. Very good. And you were upset because I stumped you last. It was so funny. I was reading the comments. Folks was like, I did not know this song.
Oh, for real?
Oh, God.
I didn't read the comments.
Yeah. Folks was like, hard blinking. Hard blink.
Like,
I was
damn. Come on, bro.
I don't know. I feel like I remember watching that video on 106 in Park and being like, why isn't anybody talking about this song more? Like, I just thought it was sick.
I mean, if it made 106 in Park.
Yeah. It never made number one. It probably like crusted at like maybe number 3.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that video was just so hard because it was like the reuniting of Pharrell and Lauren London for the first time, like since Friend. And so off that alone, and then like once the beat drops, it's like, well, get out of here. And then Uncle Snoop is on, and I was like, this is a winning recipe. So for people to be like, I don't know what that is, I was like, well, let me learn you something. But no, fire pick,
Dope.
very good. Way to get me back. I'm gonna get you next week.
Got
I'm
it.
gonna get you next week. I'm about to have you.
It's war days now.
Yeah, like Mr. Krabs. Like, hella confused.
I'm gonna have to start studying for this.
Hey, we really gonna have to start brushing our stuff up.
Amp it up.
Amp that thing up. Y'all, welcome back.
What's going on?
Hey,
What's good?
how y'all feeling?
What's happening?
Okay, it's real good to see y'all. Y'all looking real cute. I just want to let you know that in case you didn't know. Somebody didn't tell you. You're looking good, honey. You're looking good. All right, y'all. It's like we're here. It's
We
the
are
One
here.
Thing for Certain podcast. Okay, where myself, Ali King, and my husband,
Carrot King.
we gonna talk about all the things that married people like to talk about. Okay, and if you guys aren't necessarily privy as to what that means, it basically means you're gonna watch two people, okay, in a marriage, giggling and kikiing it up about whatever the heck we feel like talking about. That's the docket, y'all.
Pretty much.
That's where we at with it. Okay. If you're into that, that's your stilo, that's your vibe. Make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, follow us on all the things on the One Thing
100%.
for Certain pod. Okay. TikTok, YouTube's, the Instagrams. Okay. All of the places where you want to find us, you can and you better.
Yeah, I think we're at like 46 or 47 subscribers, so we getting up
I'm
there.
super excited about that. If we hit that 5-0, I'm gonna be like,
5 would be crazy. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
I mean, tell 3 more. That's it.
I know.
Tell 3 more, and I'll be excited. Listen, I'll be remiss.
Speaking of, tell a friend.
Speaking of telling a friend, tell your friends, your mama and them, Ray and them, all your friends. You know what I'm saying, Keisha.
Your
all
old
of 'em.
friends, your new friends,
All
your
old
friends that
new
your coworker
used
friends,
to be friends, frenemies,
hell, your toxic friends,
whoever.
the ops, all of them. Everyone take a moment.
Take a second, listen to me closely. Go vote. We're not playing with y'all. It's look, single
Go
me
vote,
out
man.
when we do this. Go and vote.
Single her out, self.
Okay, single me out. Honestly, you guys, at the time of this recording, we are 11 days from election day.
At the time of this recording,
At the time of this recording, we are 11 days away from election day.
which means by the time you guys see it, it'll be what, like
a few days.
under double digit days.
Yes,
we'll say
it will
that.
literally be less than a week until
Oh my
we have
gosh.
a new appointed president of these United States.
Well, it won't be decided
Well,
that day.
I know for a fact it won't be decided that day because when last general election 2020,
Yep.
we did not know who our president-elect was until at least 2 weeks. I want to say it was at least 2 weeks
It maybe
after
been like
election day.
maybe like 8 days.
It was longer than I have ever remembered it taking to
Because of the
announce
recounting.
officially the president-elect, because of how many how close it was in so many battleground states. They were doing recounts, and then of course one of our candidates, Donald J. Trump, continued to
D45.
say that there was voter fraud. And you remember how his supporters in some places were saying stop the count because stop the count because he was losing in some states, but in the other places because he was winning in some states, but in other states where he was losing, they said do the recount.
Well,
silly.
it was under the guise of voter fraud, and they trying to say that they
that the election was stolen.
They had dead people voting and people
Meanwhile,
voting
we
6
have
times.
actual
and all that
recording.
stuff.
You and this phone.
Apologies.
We have actual recordings of him calling governors and saying, Governor of Georgia, can we just
Secretary of State.
Can we just find some votes somewhere? Can we just dig them up? Listen, if
Crazy.
you guys, don't make your choice, someone else will make your choice for you. For those of you who are just like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, it don't matter. Someone is going to choose for you, and it's going to have nothing to do with your beliefs, with your desires, with how you want to see this country run, with anything. You're gonna have no right to complain. I don't want to hear it. Millions of Americans don't vote every single year.
I mean, to put it simply, like you may not like government and you may not want to get involved with politics, but politics is involved with you.
It's involved with you.
It's embedded in our entire infrastructure in this country and other countries.
Every single thing about your life is led by legislation. Everything.
Yeah.
Every single thing
True.
Okay,
And
it's
can be
about
changed.
legislation.
It can be changed. So,
Right. So, do your part.
mm-hmm.
Go vote.
Yeah, early
It is
voting.
a civic duty. Go do it.
Yeah, early voting ends. So obviously, election day, November 5th.
That's right.
Early voting ends November 1st. I know there are a lot of places across the country that have voting 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7. Volunteer at these sites. They need people, and yeah, man, we gotta get it done.
We have to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get
Full
it done.
stop.
Gotta get it done.
I'm gonna cry regardless.
And it's so funny. It's something that takes no time at all, depending on where you go, or it could take a lot of time. But either way, people died for it, so we gotta take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Off of GP.
So, go vote, man.
Too much has been sacrificed for you guys to sit at home. It costs you nothing. Y'all look, folks y'all will be on DoorDash quicker than you will go up the street to your local polling place.
What I will say, there's already been like, I think it's like 2 million Americans a day since early voting started. So it's there's almost like 30 million, 40 million people.
It is a razor thin race, y'all. This is going to be decided by millions of votes, and that sounds like tons. It's not. It isn't. Yeah, in some states, it's going to be determined by thousands.
Hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands of votes are going to make the difference.
2020, yeah, Georgia is one of those
ones. When I
ones.
saw the polls for like what people are predicting, like I think Donald Trump is ahead in the polls in Georgia by like 0.6 points. That's how close it is. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. So you guys do your part. Go out there and vote. We're going to keep reminding you literally until Election Day on every single place
I think we only have
to find us. We're going to remind you.
Yeah, I think we only have by 2 episodes from now.
Yeah.
We will be having
We should have did it last episode. Shame on us. Okay. Shame on us. Okay. Because that's when early voting started. But you won't catch us slipping again. We're definitely going to make sure we're here to remind you, okay?
But we only got two more episodes. This is episode 22, I think. So by episode 24, hey, we'll know something.
Like I said, I'm gonna cry either way, but they'll be for 2 very different reasons depending on who comes out. Okay?
Yeah, man.
It really will be. All right. So thank you for listening, friends. We love you. We do. Okay.
Back to your scheduled programming.
Back to your regularly scheduled program. So we have our current obsession, babe. Do you want to kick it off?
Yeah. Got some new music stuff. 2 things. Doechie's album. What is it? Alligators Don't Cry, I believe the name of the album is. Let me make sure I got that correct, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Alligator bites never heal. That's what it is. I don't know where I got Don't Cry from. But yeah,
alligators in there. So
yeah, alligator bites never heal. Really, really dope project. Doechii signed to TDE. They have a hell of a roster over there. Boy, I tell you. I mean, man.
Wow.
They got a hell of a roster.
Team.
Just a couple call outs on the different songs that I like. Wait on that album was really dope. Denial is a River is really dope. I think Denial is a River is where she's talking to like her therapist or like her subconscious, one of the two.
Okay.
And she's kind of navigating some of her like emotions and stuff. So but in a really cool like rapid ass way, because she be rapping her ass off. And then also today was Meg Thee Stallion, her Megan Act 2 was released at the day of this recording, and a couple of records on there that were pretty fire. She has Rocksteady with Flo Milli, dope sample. Right Now, rapping her ass off, and Bigger in Texas, and she has a video out for that one. And it's big Texas, it's big Houston. She got some cameos in there. She's really supported in there. So I think Meg Act 1, I was a little weird about it because I felt like she wasn't having fun. She wasn't having fun
no more, bro.
Meg Act 2. Hey, man.
She's back.
She got grills in her mouth, bro.
Okay, grills.
What? Her grills are fire.
Teeth?
Her grills are crazy. It's like this, like it's too much. But no, Act 2, she having fun, man.
Yeah, she back at it.
Completely. I was like, bro, this is it.
Okay,
so
good. I'm
so
happy.
Shout out to Meg, man. Meg Act 2. The album cover art, I put it up here too. It's very Houston, very just
the big
dope.
Texas.
Big Texas,
big
man.
South. I
So,
love that. Shout out to
um,
Meg.
yeah, man, that's my current obsession at the moment.
Okay, keeping it on the music. I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I really got to check out that Doechii project. I know
Dolce Project is
she's
dope.
been buzzing. She's got a bit of a wave behind her right now, and it's
She
like, okay, I
does.
gotta check this shorty out. That's fire. Okay, so for me, my current obsession right now took it when I tell you this one came and gathered me up by my collar like such. I
Mm.
said, "Wow, I forgot how much I like this show." Shrinking,
Shrink.
okay,
Oh,
on
Shrinking
Apple
on Apple
TV.
TV. Okay,
Ooh, season 2 is out.
pretty
2
good.
episodes in, we said,
Got to run it back.
"Oh, we gotta run it back."
Got
I
it back.
have to go
Season
back and
one.
watch season 1. For those of you who do not know what Shrinking is, like we said, Shrinking is a series on Apple TV. It's starring Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, Jessica Williams,
Mm-hmm. From the
and
Daily Show.
and it's basically about Jason Segel's character. He is a shrink who
Therapist for those who don't.
correct, and it follows his story and his own personal struggles with
Grieving.
with grief and death. His wife passed away in a car accident a few
Killed in a car accident.
that's correct. Yeah, she was killed in a car accident by a drunk driver. At the time that you come into his story, she is already passed. It has been probably about like maybe 5 years or so.
Something
I'd
like
have to
that.
double check. But it's following his story and his career as a therapist and how he helps his clients kind of better their lives while also trying to navigate bettering his own. And when I tell you, first of all, the writing is superior. The
really
comedy, Jason Segel, he is
Yeah, he's
good
always
and funny.
Yeah.
He is an incredible comedic actor. Harrison Ford plays
Yes.
the best straight, like gruff old man you've ever seen.
100%.
I'm obsessed with him.
He's
in
like
this
the
show.
master therapist.
Oh my! When I tell you,
Is it his practice?
Yes.
Yeah, it's his practice,
He
huh?
is Yoda, and he's essentially all of his therapists, like the people underneath his in his practice, which is the main character Jason Segel and Jessica. They're both under his practice, and Jessica and Jason's characters, they're best friends, right?
Yes.
And so it just follows their story and things like that, and it is just phenomenal. Like I said, the writing is fire. Comedic timing is
It's really good.
excellent, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah,
And we just got back on Apple TV not
Yeah.
too long ago. And we were just kind of reminded between this and like Ted Lasso and like other stuff.
Oh God,
Yeah,
yes.
like just Apple TV has a flavor. It's always kind
They
of cool
do.
to me to like see the different original series from different platforms.
Yeah, they
you know?
they all have their own like different style. And
Because
Apple
Stars is so
TV
different. Hulu is different. You know, Disney Plus is a lot different. And Max is
Come on,
Max is the
Max is sitting around
Max is
saying,
the big dog.
What's up?
Max is the big
Big
dog.
dog, moving with the shoulders real
And
broad
Netflix
and
too.
brolic like.
Netflix too. Netflix is more like the old man in the.
Netflix is like the hustler on the corner that always got something in their pocket. They're like, well, what you want? Because I got it.
I feel like it's
not
the
a
original
problem.
Hustler.
Oh yeah.
That is
Netflix
streaming
is the original
stuff, you know?
hustler for sure. Back when they had the little DVDs inside the little red box John, like basically, it's incredible. So yeah, but Apple TV, there's something just different about like the sheer quality of their production. When I tell you these cameras are nice,
Very nice.
okay, like the tones that they like the filters that they use and the vignettes that they apply and the videography, like everything about it is just real crispy.
Yeah, it's shot so well.
So well, and the writers for this show are just in their bag. When I tell you, I laugh. The laughs take me by surprise. Like you'll be in the middle of a serious moment, and then they just hit you with something over your head, and I'm just, I'm watching, and I'm like, like the guffaw that comes up out of me. Okay, when watching this show, it's so good.
It's really good.
It's so good, and like
enjoy it.
the very like introspective type of conversations and scenarios that they make you grapple with in this show, very different from your typical like sitcom or whatever. Like it really gets at the heart of real, true, deep, emotional like understanding of oneself, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. anything that really allows a person to like look further and like, but why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
And what are my triggers? And what was the first instance that led to this? And what are the agreements I made with myself that created this habit, this habitual, like, reiterative process that I keep going through in all of my different relationships? Where did it start? Like, it's just real good.
Yeah, and I think it's also a good reminder, and it illustrates how therapists need therapy.
Oh yeah,
and how
therapists be
life
needing
will
therapists.
happen to therapists as well, and how a lot of it is the same because they're human, but how a lot of it is a little different because of the relationships that they have with other therapists, with their clients, with the people that they're, lending their hand to. They end up finding some solace in their clients too. But then there's also like some boundaries that you have to be careful with, that therapists have to have, and with clients and other, just it's just a different view on the world when you're seeing it through like a therapist who cares eyes. So
Jason
it's cool.
Segel's character, his name is Jimmy, and Jimmy, as a therapist, his problem is establishing boundaries between himself and his patients, because he cares so much about his patients, like almost to his and potentially their own detriment. But I think what's really great about this show, and you were just talking about it, but to reiterate, like, just because you have the vocabulary and just because you may know what something means and what a certain condition is called, or what coping mechanism people are using, or what, attachment style somebody has, you can know that. But the things that you have learned to do throughout your life that are not serving you anymore, you have to take the time to unlearn. And just because you know what it's called, just because you have a degree in it, doesn't mean that you cannot fall victim to the same type of traps that they themselves see their clients go through. So it's a really good one. If you guys have Apple TV, I would definitely recommend giving it a watch. It's a good one for sure. Man. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So we're going to get into Is It Like Our Love, ladies and gentlemen. You know where we at.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
Go ahead. You know we have to finish up Love Is Blind. Know we have to. So you guys also mentioned it in the comments as well. We're going to get to it, okay? So we have, at the time of this recording,
this is so...
the wedding episode has been released. The reunion has not been released yet, okay?
We're actually in real time. We're pretty, like,
we're trying to keep as close to it as possible, so that we're not getting the tea to y'all too late. We trying to get it off the presses and serve it up so we can talk about it and kiki about it together, y'all. So listen, so for the last two episodes the last episode that was aired was the wedding episode, and at that point we had only had 3 couples left: Marissa and Ramses, Garrett and Taylor, and Ashley and Tyler. Okay, let's just start from the top with our baby girl Marissa and Ramses. Okay, we cut in to a very serious scene and conversation. You can see the cameraman trying to peek around the corner. The camera is shaking. They're trying to get this, angle. They're really trying to give them the space to have this really difficult conversation.
They need to have the cameras from Love Island, because it's small and rotate.
I can just tell that they are trying so hard to get this boom microphone in this small 1-bedroom room that they refuse to have this conversation elsewhere in. Anyway, Marissa and Ramses, they talking, they on the bed. Ramses is fake crying. Marissa's confusion. She's like, "What's up with you, bro?" And essentially Ramses he's having second thoughts. And she's like, every time you talk to one of your family members or something like that, you always have this, like, these reservations. Marissa was essentially trying to convince him. She was like, you're not confused about the fact that we're in love and that we want to be in a relationship with each other. You want to marry me. You said as much. It's just you're getting in your own head because you're talking to your family and friends, and they're so taken aback by how abrupt and how quickly this process is moving, that naturally they're going to have some reservations, but you just have to know for yourself that this is what you want. And we had to watch 30 minutes of him basically explaining to her that it's not.
It was a long time.
That's the part that really made it hard to watch, because we have the thematic music, we got the shaking cameras.
The music is crazy.
The music is crazy. So we're watching as
cameras,
viewers, and we're like, oh baby, don't make him tell you. Don't make him tell you I'm not your man. But we had to watch it because they're unfolding this relationship, and she's trying to unearth what exactly his issue is. And we can see the writing on the wall because it's produced that way. But we're watching a real conversation of a woman fighting for a relationship that she was told was good.
Yeah.
And the part that was really sad is that eventually when she pulls it out of him, because Ramses takes his sweet ass time getting to the point, because he's always trying to not sound like a dick.
Would you qualify him as like long-winded?
Sure, you can be. Listen, when you're having a difficult conversation, everyone is long-winded. When you're about to tell somebody something that they don't want to hear, everyone is long-winded. It's how do you? Because we were saying on the couch, how do you have this conversation and still be careful with someone's feelings? Hey, I don't want to marry you. Like, how do you actually say that without crushing that person? He couldn't find the words, and I beg to say that no one could, you know. But it was really painful to watch, because the more he's explaining it, because she had to ask him, she was like, I am working with virtually no information. Like, could you tell me exactly what it is? And that's when he finally was like, I don't think we should get married. And she's like, why? And he says to her, when it comes to like our energies, and that's when I was like, oh shit. As soon as he said energies, I said, this two dread motherfucker is about to really like break her. He said to her that I thought it was something I could get used to, like your energy and just how we are together cohabitating in one space, and I just don't think it's something that I can do. Like, it's not you, it's me.
And I think that's why people say sometimes, shacking up, depending on what you believe and your faith and all this other stuff, it's a bad thing. But for some people in some relationships, you might really need to live, live with somebody, or not even live with somebody, but you spend enough time with somebody, you'll find out pretty quickly whether or not, that's someone that what he's saying is true, is what I'm trying to say.
Is true. Here's
what
I feel
devastated
like
her.
Don't ever remember unfortunately about this show, which is absolutely wild. And sometimes I think the contestants don't remember. And he even said it himself. She was like, how did you go from being sure to now being so unsure
in 2 days?
In 2 days. And he's like, I only had 3 weeks of information, of data to work with, to decide on whether or not this can be a marriage that will last forever. Because remember, Ramses has already been married.
On top of that.
So here's the part that, like, once he said the energy thing, it made me remember some of their conversations back from the pod. Remember, the first episode I was talking about this, I was like, Ramses and Marissa, like, I wasn't really feeling them like that in the pods. Like, I didn't believe like their relationship. I remember one of the first things he said, like when they got out the pods, was like, or I think when he was like meeting her mom, where he was like, yeah, like the energy is like really big and it's exciting, but like I think I can get used to it. He said, I think I can get used to it. He mentioned something about her energy before being big, or her being like really bubbly, and like I don't know. He kept alluding to maybe like the idea that she was like a lot to deal with, which was really interesting to me, because we've watched a number of characters on this series, right? There have been characters that we have been like, oh my gosh, they are so annoying. Their energy is like super huge. For instance, Shane from like season 2, I think, right? He had like golden retriever energy. He was really big, super loud, extra, and he was a lot all the time. We could see very quickly, and the girl he ended up choosing was like the complete opposite, super like quiet, whatever. But he was just alluding to a type of energy and person that we as viewers had not seen. At least I didn't think so.
Yeah, I think this season, again, I think the reunion is going to be interesting
They
because I
chopping this
feel
show up.
like there's been a few people like Marissa's one. To some degree, Alexandria is another one. And there's one other person that I can't remember their name right now, but where basically their partner has said or acted as if they are away, but that way is has not been fully seen on camera
Yeah.
by us. So I'm wondering if they're just doing this big like filling the context thing at the reunion and gonna do like some playbacks and stuff because they've done that before.
Yeah.
But if they do that, I will say that is, I don't think that they should do it that way.
It's like leading the witness for sure. It makes it makes me question how much of this are we actually being privy to versus how much of it is being produced, because a lot of things are incongruent. And it's fine. Like, I understand that we are only seeing essentially an hour.
We could never see all of it.
Yeah, because think about it. They're starting off with a large pool.
I mean, technically we could, because
no, because then it would turn into Love Island.
True.
Right? Where you're basically watching them all day 24/7. Like that show, they come out with new episodes every day. We get installments, and we start off with a big batch of people, and as it progresses you get to see a little bit more and more of each person's relationship. So in total, for all of these couples, we get about a cumulative time of maybe about 45 minutes to an hour of each couple in their totality of these 4 weeks, right? So we're getting a very, very, very thin slice of what it is they're actually going through. But with all of that being said, I don't know what he's talking about when he's like, oh, your energy is a bit too much. The most heartbreaking part about it is she was like, everybody says that. Like, always happens.
Everyone says that it's not, that there's something.
No, she says that every guy always says that my energy is so fun, so great, so awesome in the beginning, and then in a couple months they're like over it.
Yeah.
And she was like, why does this keep happening, essentially? And it was really sad because she was just asking him like, what is it? Are you sure? Because she's trying everything.
Yeah.
She's asking every question because she doesn't want to let go of this relationship. She was fully prepared to get married, and she said, like, once the conversation was concluded, the poor girl, she broke down. She was sobbing.
Broke down, man.
And she ran into the other room and called her mom, and she was like, I'm just so confused.
Her mom is gonna kill that boy.
Her mom
y'all
told
seen her mom. Y'all seen the episode. I ain't got it.
She said, if you hurt her, I will cut your balls off.
She did say that,
and she looks like
Quote.
someone who would do it.
Quote.
I ain't gonna hold you.
That's
I
crazy.
wouldn't want to get into a bar fight with her. She looked like she know how to squabble. You feel me?
Yeah, but 2 days to change your mind in this type of environment, I think people forget. It's also shot in a way where you forget that these people only have 4 weeks.
That's it.
To do a thing that's pretty big and, somewhat permanent. Like a marriage is a huge thing. And so to make a decision in 2 days when you have 4 weeks, it's almost like the hyperbolic time chamber.
Oh, 100%.
Those 2 days are really important because you only have 4 weeks.
That's it.
So
that's all the time you have.
It's easy to look. It's almost impossible to come out of this clean if you have to break up with somebody, because there is no point where it's justified the right time to tell someone like, this isn't working. Like, whether it's you make the decision in the pods and you weed people out, you do it that way, you end up having casualties in that way and people feel some type of way. We see that.
Yeah, nobody likes being told you're not it for me.
Yeah.
No one enjoys that, no matter what point in you all's relationship.
Some people have
is.
made it split at the honeymoon.
It's never,
right?
it's never a good conversation. It's never an easy conversation. One thing I will give him credit for, and I don't give him credit for very much, but one thing I do give him credit for is at least he didn't have that girl get dressed, walk down that aisle with her entire family and friends in front, and then tell her at the altar. No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think now in season 7 of this show,
everyone
if
is
you're going
aware
to make it to the altar, fix your face to say yes. Don't be out here wasting these people time and Netflix's good fees. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the idea of like I don't know until I get up there type
That's
thing.
cap. You know before you get up there. You know while you putting on that 3-piece suit, okay, and sitting in that hot little room and drinking out them gold goblets. You know damn well you're not finna say yes to this girl. So quit playing with people. I do appreciate that he at least told her then, no matter how abrupt or heartbreaking it may be, at least she didn't get up there, get dressed, and have this moment completely ruined for her. Did you see the way she bawled in that apartment?
Not good.
She would have ripped entire tufts of her hair out at the altar. You understand?
Well, I mean, she would have had a little bit more support too, because her mom and them would be there.
He did it because he didn't want to see that mom. She would have pulled out a switchblade right then and there. She would have been like, "I knew it, you son of a." She would have. She'd have ragged him and tagged him. She would have hog tied him, and hung him up for sure. So good Lord, God bless Marissa. Good luck to Ramses. I mean, I felt bad for them. Okay, so on to we're gonna go to Garrett and Taylor.
Okay.
We called it from the jump. These two scientists are madly in love with each other.
Two
They're gonna
nerds.
go
It's awesome.
and live happily ever after in San Francisco. Okay, they say yes to each other. They love each other. God bless them. He's never going to read a text message from another ex again, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They are going to have brilliant, tall, athletic babies.
They might give birth to superheroes. We have no idea because
They might give birth to the next president.
they might give birth to Spider-Man.
Honest, literally, it's giving Aunt May and Uncle Ben, like in an alternate universe.
They might give birth to-
They're very nerdy. They're so sweet, and they're so, like I saw from day one. I was like, how did they find each other? How did these two super nerds who both have scientific tattoos on their body?
Yeah, one has H2O and the other has an equation.
Like, no, it's like a hydrogen. No, she has a hydrogen molecule tattooed on him.
Is it a hydrogen? Yeah, hydrogen.
And
on
he
it.
has like some type of
equation.
physics equation like on his arm. They're just so sweet. I've enjoyed their love story, watching it from the very beginning.
Cool, man.
And I'm happy for them. Yay. All right.
Real simple.
Now on to the stuff. And y'all bear with us. Okay, so Ashley and Tyler. We have loved them from the start.
They're good.
You can go back to the first episode where we're talking about Love is Blind on this show, and we told you we have kept all of their summaries very short because we're like, they're great, we love them, they love each other, they'll be fine. Spoiler alert, I think based off of what we have seen from the show, because we have not been watching like all of the rest of the events unfold regarding Tyler's parentage of his like
all of the social media stuff we haven't looked into. We're aware of it, but we're not aware of it in a way to make sense of it, because I know I personally just want to wait until the show is over, like through the reunion, and then come back and like look at all of the stuff on social media.
I just want to hear from them. I just want to hear from them because, you know, our internet detectives, y'all like looking through people's social media through their pages and inferring and insinuating a lot of things. Again, this information may very well be out there. I know there's a couple of videos from his children's mother. We have not watched that video, so there may be information that she has released that is now out there that people are taking as the word. But I just want to hear from Ashley and Tyler about what the truth regarding Tyler's parentage to his 3 children. If you guys do not remember, there was a point during their process when they came into the real world where Ashley found out that Tyler is a father of 3. He said that he essentially does not know or have a relationship with these children because he was a sperm donor for his same-sex friends who wanted to have children, you know, but didn't have the means to have a donor. And so he offered, right? He, you know, has 3 kids. Apparently, the tea is that he was not a sperm donor. He was in a relationship with the mother of these 3 children, and he had fathered 2 of them, or like, excuse me, one of them was was fathered. Their oldest child was fathered by them from their relationship, and then there was like a sperm.
Oh,
Then there was a donation, something like that.
I don't even know that.
Again, we have limited our exposure. This is word of mouth kind of information. Tea that people are coming to us with. They're like, "Have you heard about Tyler Child?" Da 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 da.
Oh,
we haven't been looking. Yeah. We have not been looking. So this is very. This is very like piecemealed information. Mm-hmm. We say all that to say that we will reserve our judgment for what it is that they say on the reunion. It could very well be that they are just fine, and because of the sensitivity around the topic, that you know, at the time and where we are viewing the recording of their relationship, you know, unfold on the show, they have already overcome that obstacle. So I don't know.
One way or another,
we gonna find out if they're still together or if they're not, if they're okay or if they're not, and what the truth is. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, honey. Okay, they are going to tell us on the show.
I wonder when the reunion is gonna be recorded, because I know Netflix tried the whole like live thing last time and it didn't go well. I mean, I feel like you can learn from that from a tech perspective. But
they learned that they're not going to do things live. That's what they learned.
Yeah, I do wonder, like, when is it going to be actually recorded that day and then put out that day?
I know everyone is tuning in because they want to find out what that is. Because as far as everyone's concerned, Tyler seemed like he was the best guy, and from some of the comments that I've merely glimpsed at from a distance.
What were the comments?
People are just like, "Oh, she got the worst one."
No, like where?
You know, just random like the Shade Room, or you know, if I'm scrolling through and I'm looking through TikTok and people are like talking about their own opinions and stuff like that. But they calling this man everything but a child of God is what I've seen. And the truth of the matter is that I don't know if we know the truth of the matter. So,
I don't.
I don't know. I know from what I saw on the show, I really liked them as a couple. I enjoyed watching their love story. They seemed equally yoked. They seemed to have a very good, genuine connection. And I really like Ashley as, you know, watching her
as a woman.
As a woman, I really enjoy her. Like, that girl, she has her head on straight. She is calm. She is cool. She is collected. She is calculated. She has an incredible amount of discernment. Mm-hmm. You know, she is patient.
She's sweet, man.
She is, you know, she doesn't seem quick to anger. She knows how to, like, she has her emotions under control. She is constantly, like, she articulates herself well, and
she's always on her square, bro.
You not going to get her up outside herself.
Yeah.
She is a class act. I really like her. And he seemed to be someone
who really liked her.
Who really liked and appreciated her. And she said it. She was like, I feel completely protected by this man. I could be powerful. I can be soft. I can be weak. And he is there for me. Mm-hmm. Like she was like, you jumped out of a plane for me and you're scared of heights. So I was really excited for their love story. You know, I'm always going to be rooting for everybody Black. I love Black love. And so I'm not going to sit up 100%. Here and act like I'm excited to see the demise of these two people's relationship.
Which also seems to be, which is why I've stayed away from it. It just seems like that's what the energy source is of people looking into and seeping themselves into these people's lives and trying to figure out, like, you know, they just need one little fish on the bait. As soon as it's almost like it was in real time. As soon as that episode came out and we watched it, and he said that he had 3 kids and he was going down, you could just see everyone that was watching the show. There was like 10% of them that split off and stopped watching the show and started doing a lot of digging. And they digged and seeped and.
Y'all know this man's social security number, which is crazy.
Damn. Like, okay? Like, that's a bit much, you know. But
I'm trying to figure out how y'all got time to look so far into
and what's the goal, by
life.
The way? Like, what's the goal? Is the goal to like split them, like to have some type of.
Some of y'all still don't know who y'all child's father is.
Chill, bro.
Some of y'all don't.
Okay,
but y'all know whether or not he is parenting these kids. Like, how do y'all know this stuff? My point is like, give it a beat, y'all. Give it a second.
I mean, give it at least the end of the season.
At least let them say something.
There was only 2 episodes left from that point.
Brother.
It was the episode before the wedding.
They said we don't want to wait that long. We need to know if you're not shit right now.
Good Lord.
We need to know right now. And so here's the thing. We are going to save our judgment until after. Now, if it comes out during the reunion that this man's been lying about every single thing and Ashley is sitting on the other side of the studio.
Oh yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
Or if she's recording somewhere like this, I'm gonna be like, well,
oh, she didn't go.
I'll sit up here and I'll get back on this show and I'm like, okay,
man,
y'all were right. I'll give it to y'all, but until then, we'll hold our judgment.
Yeah, luckily the reunion is coming out not too many days before we record, so
yeah, we'll know. We'll be back to report, honey. We'll be back to report, okay? But that's where we at with the
Love Is Blind season 7.
Love Is Blind. It's still a love for me, honey. Because
yeah,
for sure, it's keeping us.
It's been tainted a little bit for me. This whole Tyler thing is just like,
I know. It almost
I don't understand.
Feels like as we were watching, you almost couldn't. You were almost hesitant to be happy for them because you're just like.
Because what happened when I knew there was something weird is when it reached every so often I go on Yahoo News and look at my little news stuff and it popped up on Yahoo News like it was just a headline and I didn't click it. I saw the headline and I saw his face and it's like Tyler from Love Is Blind did it something bad and I was just like, well, that kind of ruins it now.
Stinks.
But I didn't look into it, so all the information you have, I mean that. How he treated her, I'm just thinking about that, and I'm just like,
from what I'm seeing on the show,
is that
I liked what I saw. If it was all cap, because it wouldn't be the first time.
It wasn't. It couldn't have been all cap because he did it. It's not like he faked it. He did all those things.
Oh, I mean, we talked about people not being who they say they are on this show before. You know, on Worst Ex Ever, like the about face is crazy. And some of these people don't have, huge waving red flags. It just takes one conversation or one specifically placed question that makes you squint your eyes and go, wait, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean? And then things start to fall apart. Sometimes you just need one little Jenga piece and then the whole thing comes apart. So I'm not going to put it past anyone to not be who they say they are. I'm not saying this man is not capable of an immense, egregious lie of who he is and the children he knows. Remember, he said she asked him, she was like, do they know what you look like? And he was like, no, I don't think so. What you mean you don't think so? And apparently...
But that could be yeah.
Right, and apparently he had one of these kids like the regular way, not through sperm donation. That's what's being alleged, right? So again... Okay. If any of that is true, it's like, oh, you got some splaining to do, bro. But if that's just hearsay, we won't know. I just want to hear from the two people in the relationship. Because trust me, if someone has been aggrieved, if someone has been lied to, especially if it's a woman who's been lied to, she gonna come out and say, he's a piece of shit and he lied to me about having children. And then boom.
That is a pretty crazy lie.
It's wild. It's wild. But until it's confirmed by the two people in the relationship, I will hold my judgment. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, looking forward to the reunion.
Oh, I'm looking forward
Not
to
for
it.
Just them, but for other couples too. But Love Is Blind.
Let's get this One's Gotta Go.
One's Gotta Go.
Let's hear it.
All right. One's Gotta Go. Fries, baked potato, mashed potatoes, hash browns. I say again. Oh, fries, baked potato, mashed potatoes, hash browns. One gotta go. Chose this one because I know you love potatoes.
I love potatoes
in every form. So this is
every form. But of the 4 that you have just listed, hash browns can go. Of the 4 of those that you just named,
your dad's hash browns. You love hash browns.
You're thinking about home fries.
Home fries. Okay.
Home fries. Nah, home fries will never go. Hash browns, I just don't care for shredded up.
What about the not shredded up hash browns? The ones that like McDonald's has? No. You don't like those?
Those are a brick of grease.
It's fair.
McDonald's hash browns is a brick of grease, that little cylindrical, half an inch thick. No,
Okay.
no, thank you. I like my potatoes potato-y. So whenever you shred them up and fry them to the point where I am no longer getting that like soft, kind of textury, tasty goodness of like the crispy outside and the soft inside, it's like you've ruined it for me.
So hash browns for you?
Hash browns for me.
I'm gonna say because there's different types of hash browns. I'm gonna leave hash browns, and I'm gonna say baked potato. The reason why I say baked potato is because I feel like, you know how you when we were in college or anywhere you get a baked potato, whether it's Wendy's or what have you, or even in a restaurant, they provide it to you most of the times in this like either an aluminum foil, right, in the middle. Even if you make it at home, and in the middle you cut it, split it in half, and now you can go crazy. You got your sour cream, you got your
nachos,
you got your you got your nachos, you got
cheese,
you got chives, you got bacon bits if you into that type of shit. All of the stuff. It is never enough for the entire potato. The potato be so dense. By the time you eat all of that stuff, because it's on the top.
You ain't
by
never
the time, even the butter.
Come on.
The butter is never enough.
You could
drown it.
Of butter.
You could drown it
top.
on the top. It will not make it to the left or right side
it sure won't.
of the potato.
I bet you it won't. Show me a diagram
because potatoes
where
are so dense and it soaks up all this stuff. So it's good, but by the time you get like 60% through of it, you're just having regular potato, no salt, no nothing, no just which is usually cool.
Honestly, a regular baked
it don't
potato
spread good.
without all of the accoutrement that we like on top of it is actually a really healthy.
It's extremely healthy. It's a potato for sure.
But people don't ever eat it like that.
I just think it's hilarious to have this like amazing thing, but the consistency of your experience tasting it and eating it.
It's not. The consistency of your experience.
It goes. It's like, oh my god, all of this good stuff, and then it's just potato.
The bell curve is crazy.
It's just potato.
It's elation in the beginning and then dies right off.
I put ketchup on all my fries. You know what I'm saying? All of the fries get love, or you can dip
every
them.
single last.
You know what I'm saying? You can't dip no baked potato.
You sure can.
And then sometimes the skin gets involved.
The skin,
okay,
on a baked potato.
And then sometimes the aluminum foil gets involved if you don't do it right. It's just a lot.
It's not legal.
Are you using a spoon or a fork? What are we doing?
What's going on?
You know.
I personally like when you have a baked potato. I like it. The simpler, the better. Butter, salt, pepper, a little bit of cheese. All this sour cream, chives.
No, that's good.
I'm sure it is, but I don't like all of that. Because like I said, I am a fan of potatoes. So I want my baked potato to taste like a potato. I'm not trying to make my baked potato taste like a cheeseburger. Y'all bugging. Why you got lettuce, onions, tomatoes,
and ground beef? What?
Come on, you got baked beans in there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Baked
they be
beans.
wilding out. Yeah.
You got the cheese and the broccoli in there. Now that's nice, but you doing the extra sauce is a lot. Once you exceed three ingredients on the top of your baked potato, you are walking into dangerous territory. You walking into big backdom when you start putting more than 3 ingredients into your baked potato.
I just need that baked potato to be a little bit more consistent, but it's not possible.
I just want it to be like not dry. You ever had an over baked potato?
Yes.
Throw it away. The skin starts to turn.
Who else does potato? I think Zaxby's does.
I don't eat fast food baked potatoes. That sounds wild.
Yeah, I mean Wendy's is known for it the most, I think, or was. I don't know if they still do it, but
I have no idea.
Okay, so baked potato for me
and the hash browns for you. I mean baked potatoes were up there. But if you had a hash brown or a baked potato on the table, like one exactly how I liked it versus the most perfect hash brown, I will reach for the baked potato first. Yeah, that's how it just edged out.
Fair enough.
But either one of them can go, to be honest with you. They really could. They could go. It's fine. All right, babe, you got a Am I Tripping for us?
Yeah, so we got a couple cards here. I did peek a little bit at these, and they're weird. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like the same thing we said with Ashley and Tyler. Like I kind of saw the headline.
Oh, okay.
I read like the first couple words and I was like, oh god.
Okay.
So in the spirit of that, I'm gonna actually let you choose.
Do you want me to choose and read?
Yeah, but you can choose at random. There's 5 here. I don't know if we'll get to all 5. We'll aim for 3. Let's see if we get to 3. Okay.
Okay. My friend keeps giving me hand-me-down clothes since her child is a year older than mine. The clothes are not up to my standards. I prefer designer over Walmart. Shade. But if I told her, she would be offended. Instead of rejecting the clothes, I donate them to charity. Am I tripping?
Uh, no, but your friend is gonna find out because your child is not wearing the clothes that she giving you. So eventually, if she don't know by now, she know. First of all,
My thing is,
she or he knows.
I know, like,
And what ain't nothing wrong with Walmart clothes. Walmart clothes is kind of starting to catch up with Target just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But
but also, like, I feel like knowing the kid's age makes a difference. If we're talking about, oh, I like designer clothes and not Walmart, but your child is 6 months old and her child is 18 months old, then, like, you are tripping because I just don't, and that's just me. It's just not that important to make sure that your child is in a Fendi onesie. It doesn't make sense to me. But if we're talking about your kid is like 10 and her child is 11, and you like making sure your kid is in, you like him in Nike, and instead of the Walmart brand, like, that's fine. At the end of the day, I just don't think you need to lie about it. Just tell her, hey, sis, I really appreciate the thoughtfulness of you always offering, your son's hand-me-downs. But, like, style-wise, I'm not I just don't like it. It's just not my style, and it's not what I would prefer to dress him
I
in.
would prefer to buy my,
I would just prefer to buy,
buy
but
him
I
clothes. I
appreciate
appreciate
you
it though.
always thinking of me. That's so dope. Like, she's doing it because she thinks you appreciate it. But if you don't appreciate it,
You should tell her.
you should tell her
For sure.
so that she could give it to someone who will.
Yeah.
Because these clothes, like, you're donating it to charity, which means you're giving these clothes to someone who you think would be more interested and is in more need of it. Just tell her. She probably has another friend that she would donate these clothes to. So, like, you think you're sparing her feelings, but you're not. You're actually, I'm gonna say, you tripping. You actually being kind of like lame.
Shady
You
about it.
being shady about it. And for you to be like, I prefer name brands instead of Walmart. It's like, just say it's just not your style. Like, I just prefer, I don't like these type of clothes for him, or for my kids. So, like, thank you. I really do appreciate the thought.
Again, I think you setting yourself up a little bit because eventually she's gonna notice that, like, especially if you're a friend and what if she see your kid every day and you not wearing,
Or like me, I'll ask, like, how did you like the pants? Did the clothes fit well? Like, how
What do you
does
say?
he like it? Like, what does he say? And you're like, oh yeah, girl, he loves it.
Do he only wear it to bed?
For?
Like, I don't
That's what I'm
understand.
saying. Are these night garments? I'm confused. Like, are these pajama jams? So, like, just be honest. Come on, we big girls. Be for real. You just be careful with her feelings.
Shout out to you giving it to charity though. I mean,
But I'm glad you're not throwing it away.
I know,
but,
that's
like,
wild.
just tell her, just be honest. Be like, you know what? To be honest, I really do appreciate you always offering and extending. But I think I prefer to buy his clothes. Yeah.
Cool.
Next one.
Next one.
Okay. My ex and I have been co-parenting well for 5 years. Now that his girlfriend got a new job out of state, he wants to move and take our kid with him. I told him I was not okay with my kid being uprooted to another state just to accommodate his girlfriend. So they would have to be long distance if he wanted to keep joint custody. Am I tripping? I don't think you're tripping. I personally don't think you're tripping. Co-parenting is very difficult. I am not going to sit up here on this podcast and act like, oh, you should just get over it. He has a life too. He deserves to be happy. This is a complicated and nuanced situation where the child that you guys both, have is living jointly between the two of you. You are in a serious, your child's father is in a serious relationship with another woman who is living out of state. The only way I would, if I was in that situation, that I would even entertain the idea of my child being moved to another or moving to another state part-time, which isn't possible. Like you can't have joint custody with another with one of the parents in another state. That's just not
it's
how
not
it
possible.
works. Okay, joint custody means like you have them
Yeah.
50% of the time. Like there is easy transport to and fro, right? Or we're splitting our time where, you know, the kid is staying you for the summers and staying with another parent for the school year, and that's still not 50-50, right? So I say all that to say that the only way I would ever even entertain trying to figure out what that system would be is if he was married to the woman. You not taking my child to another state for your little girlfriend. No. No. Show her a commitment, which will show me that you are committed to this decision. Because we're not taking my child to some other state just for 4 to 6 months y'all break up, and now you just over there permanently for some person who is not a part of this family, right? Until she becomes your wife, she is not a part of this family. And I don't want to be in your business. I don't want to be in your relationship. But when it comes to my child, you're not just going to take them somewhere for a girlfriend. She better be your wife.
Yeah, I think for me, you're not tripping. I don't even think it matters if it's a girlfriend or a wife, because either way, your child is being moved from you. And so, as a parent, there's no splitting the baby here. Like you can't. And I don't know how you could reconcile that, even though you as a man, like you find whoever found a partner, because sometimes we get caught up in like, oh, it was a man that's moving away, or it's the woman that's moving away because they found a new. It's the person, not the. We don't have to. It's not a gender role thing.
The gender matters.
It doesn't matter. It's like a parent is made a decision to move away, and I don't agree with that personally.
Yeah.
Like I think if once you have your kid, like you gotta
need to be where your child
you
is.
need to be where your child is.
Period.
To me, like,
if
that's not me. I'm not judging nobody. You know, everyone has their different situation. I don't want to be far from my kid.
Yeah.
And I know for some people it's a lot more difficult because you may have multiple kids with multiple people in different locations. That shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to make a Nick Cannon joke about this. Like this, I'm talking about regular people. Like not, you know what I'm saying? So it's a difficult thing when your kids is in different places and you can't see them. And as a man, you know good and goddamn well that like you're the one moving, even if you were Jesus.
Come on.
A court is not gonna. They're not gonna
let you
just
take that child up out of there.
There isn't gonna be any kind of compromise.
As far as we're concerned, your girlfriend got a new job. You didn't. Why your child got to move because she got a job?
You're gonna go to that court to understand and update them on your custody. You gonna say that you moving, and they're gonna say, oh, so she's getting full custody. Oh. That's what you came here for. Thank you. I didn't know. Appreciate that.
Okay, cool.
That's what y'all came in here for.
So your child support is being upped how much now?
I don't even. I think that the assumption would be, oh, so you guys are here to transfer custody to full custody to the mother, right?
Because as far as we're concerned, this is stable. What the child has already been accustomed to, being enrolled in school, where they live, how things are happening, their life is stable. You are creating the instability, or rather your girlfriend is, right? Because again, she got the new job.
No, she's not. It's him. He's creating it because he's asking for.
Yeah, he's like, I want to move with her, and so
he's moving, and to like I'm not. I don't agree. I think you need to. I don't care what job my wife got. My child,
baby is
here, so I'm staying here. If you can't understand that,
then
we need to have a conversation.
We need to have a bigger conversation.
I'm not moving away from my kid. I don't care what's going on.
Yeah. Like I said, I agree. I think you're 100% right. The only reason why I said I would only entertain it if like this was a more permanent situation. But girlfriends come and go.
I'm moving.
Your child is your child
forever. I take it a step further. I need to be close to where my kid is. Like,
you need to see me.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe, hey, look, I didn't. maybe it's because my dad was not around, right? So to me, I feel like any version of me not seeing my kid every day,
Yeah.
especially who my mom is too, like, nah. Like, it's not possible. So all of the stuff that I want, like all of the, if I want to have a wife and kid, all of that stuff has gone out to me now.
Right.
That stuff is going to get postponed until my kid is at an age that I feel like I can make that decision.
Yeah.
So dream delayed as far as like romantic and falling in love again.
Yeah.
Granted, speaking as someone with one kid,
Right.
I don't know, but I just feel like I gotta be where my baby is at.
Yeah. Full stop. Full stop.
But
yeah.
Hey man, I get it. People make different decisions for different reasons.
They do. And
so that was a good. That was a good card. That was a really good card.
Depending on where you are,
there's no judgment. It's just
none whatsoever.
But the girl, the woman who this is happening to, as in, hey, my ex-husband.
Yeah, she's asking, am I tripping?
Nah, you're not tripping, bro.
Not at all.
No. So.
Not at all. I will wish your child's father the best of luck with him in his relationship, but my child is staying right here.
Yeah.
We'll be here when you want to come back and visit. Last one. Okay. Both of my kids received straight A's on their latest report cards.
Okay.
But when my wife tried to give them money as a reward for getting good grades, I said no. I do not want my kids to feel entitled to gifts or money whenever they do something good. And they need to learn that doing the right thing is reward enough. Am I tripping?
Did I go first last time?
I went first on the last answer. So you can go first.
The question is, am I tripping for wanting to reward my children? Not even the money part.
Not wanting to reward my children. Because the wife wants to give the kids money for getting straight A's. And the dad is like, nah, I'm not going for none of that.
I don't think that she is tripping for wanting to reward her children. I think
the question is coming from the dad. Is he tripping for not wanting?
Yes. He's tripping for not wanting to reward his children. He is not tripping for not wanting to reward them with money, if that makes sense. So so
you believe they should get rewarded, just not with money?
Correct.
Okay. Say more.
Is that So I don't know. I think that there's different ways to, and I don't know. There's different ways to maybe show your kid. The point of it is, I think, is to show that you are proud of your kids, that you want them to know that you feel good about how they're operating and moving in their academics, and that they're taking it seriously. So to me, depending on the age, did they say the age in the card? No. Okay. They didn't. To me, that also matters too. The age will dictate what. You don't give an 8-year-old $100 for getting an A in whatever 5th grade or something, 4th grade or whatever, But what you can give them is something that could be some type of opportunity for them to continue to learn, or that experience that they wanted to have, or something like that. Take it to teenagers. Your 15-year-old gets straight A's and they end up on the honor roll. Maybe they do get to have that party at Six Flags with all their friends. Maybe they do, that 18-year-old who graduated cum laude might get a car from me. That car that they've been trying to, but to just shell out cash for every A you get $50. That's, I don't necessarily agree with what they're, giving them, because the reward right now in the card is money.
Correct.
It doesn't have to be money. That's where, and maybe that could be a part of it too if we expand it out. It's like he may not want. No, I don't want them to get rewarded with money.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't want to reward them. I think there's different.
No, I think that is an important distinction in this card specifically. He said they need to learn that doing the right thing is reward enough. So I don't think that this person is in the wheelhouse of rewarding their kids for doing good things. And so
doing things that they're supposed to do.
Correct.
And I think that's a perfectionist kind of mentality. I don't think that getting straight A's is what kids are supposed to do. I think that's a huge thing.
So I'm gonna raise my hand. I am a child of a parent who believed what this person on the card wrote.
Yes.
My dad raised us in believing that you don't get rewarded for doing what you're supposed to do. You get rewarded for doing more, right? And so while I understand that that thought process was utilized and the intent that they had for that type of position was so that I understood the value of hard work no matter what the outcome would be.
Even if you didn't know the outcome.
Even if I didn't know the outcome, be committed to the effort. And while I believe that that has served me tremendously in my life, I am also starting to find places in my life where that thought process has hindered me, okay? As a person who was constantly striving to impress that parent in order to work to a goal, I was working towards something that I actually didn't know what it was. So that manifested itself later on in my life in every time I achieved a goal, it was like something I checked off of a list. I didn't give myself space or grace to actually appreciate what I had done. I came to expect difficulty and not reward myself for enduring or overcoming it. When your metric for accomplishments and success is earmarked at a threshold where you don't actually know when you've arrived, is really, for me, has been a hindrance in my life. There's a large swaths of time where I did not actually take a moment to appreciate where I had gotten and how far I had come and how good of a job that I did, because I came to undervalue myself because it was never enough. So getting straight A's wasn't enough. Getting, cum laude wasn't enough. Being the president of my chapter sorority and, working, getting a job straight out of college, that wasn't enough. Getting promoted wasn't enough. Getting registered wasn't. It was, the bar just kept raising and raising, and I never gave myself space to really say, wow, girl, you did a good thing. And so to your point, maybe monetary gifts feels a bit too transactional, but I do think rewarding and showing your child that a job well done deserves to be recognized is important. It is important to show appreciation for your child's obedience.
And it should be tuned to, I think age is really important here too, because we see kids with these, sometimes you see an 8, 9, 10-year-old or something with designer clothes and stuff like that, or they got all of the video games in the world and stuff like that. And sure, they may deserve that stuff, but
I feel like a lot of times they don't.
I'm right. I also grew up in a house where I was told, practice makes perfect. Just think about that for a second. Doesn't make sense, does it? Not even a little bit. Practice makes perfect. You can't get to perfect. No. And they used to tell me that all the time. Practice make perfect. Practice make perfect with your grades or everything. And so it gives you this false sense of being able to reach. Practice makes better.
Yeah.
But it gives you this false sense of a goal that doesn't exist. Perfect doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So
you
totally
start
understand
curbing
it.
your expectations to things that are not really
attainable. You can't attain perfect, and to teach a child that, and
to tell them that essentially they have to continue to delay their happiness
until they reach
and arrive to a certain thing.
Especially if there's progress.
That's basically what all of my therapy is about.
Yeah, especially if there's progress. Your kid gets a C in a thing, and then they come out of the year with a B, and they're excited to show you. I mean, that's an opportunity.
Tell them it's still not good enough.
Yeah, man. You know, take them to dinner. Like, give them, you know, at older ages, like 16, 17, you know,
Yeah.
you can reward them with a little bit more freedom. Like, you can go to that movie, that you can go to that concert with your friends. You can go to that party because you're doing the things that we see you're being more responsible, and
Yeah.
you're treating yourself and your responsibilities with the certain care that we expect you to treat
Yeah.
them with. And so I just think there's other ways to show your kid that you, at the point of it, I always thought was to show that your kid that you see them.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think that I
Yes.
think the reward of you know what your kid probably would want, or that's what everyone says, the whole cliche things, oh, they only care about what you think. Like, that's what it is. It's like, if you show them that I would think if you show them that you're into what they're doing and you're proud of them, and that you give them that high five and that pound, like, damn, you what? And you boasting around the house, and you put it on the fridge, and you calling everybody, do you know that did? I would think that would be,
That's motivation.
that's motivation for them to
Because
continue to
all they want to do is see you be
positive,
proud of them again.
positive
Reinforcement.
reinforcement, right? So that's all. That's what I would say. So
Yeah, agreed.
is he tripping? Is he being a little strict? A little bit. Take your baby out to eat or something at least.
Show
show
them
him
that you see their efforts.
Yeah,
and to show them that.
What was it? Straight A's, it said?
Straight A's.
Oh, nah, bro. You got to at least take them to Red Lobster or something. Hibachi, throw fire in their face.
What is it they've been asking for a while?
Some type of something, you know, Chuck E. Cheese.
Just show them that you see their efforts, and then tell them that you appreciate them.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
stop.
pick them up on a random Friday and pick them up from school and be like, hey, we're going to do whatever.
We're going to go to the movies.
Yeah, we kidnapping you, bro.
Just do something special for them.
100%.
And just tell them that you appreciate all the hard work that they've been putting forward.
I hope,
Had to
you
go
know,
a long way,
I don't know if that works for all kids, but I hope it works for...
But don't punish your kids based off of what you think they will or won't appreciate. Let them show you. If they take it for granted, then okay, adjust.
Yeah.
But these absolutes of like, oh, I'm not going to show them that, you know, that they don't get reward for doing the right thing. People get reward. That's the problem. People don't get rewarded for doing the right thing, so they ask themselves, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
I mean, yeah.
And now you got Jack Boys.
Yo,
now you got them breaking into cars.
Speaking of which, man, the season's coming up, but I'm gonna digress on that.
Facts. But all right, I think we did it.
I think we did it, man.
Yeah. If y'all still with us, we appreciate you. Thank you. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you done made it all the way to the end of this episode and you didn't subscribe, shame on you.
Shame.
Because we want to see you again, so quit playing.
And I'll even do you one better. If you make it through this episode and you don't want to subscribe, at least leave a comment and let us know why. You know what I'm saying? I want to know, like, why you ain't subscribe, or just say I ain't subscribing. Just leave a comment. I just want the engagement. You feel what I'm saying? I just want the engagement. One day I'm gonna be like, I don't want the engagement.
Y'all, I have been consistent.
Cut these cameras, these comments off.
Consistent. It's the whole reason why we say, no matter where you go from here, make sure you go with God. Okay? You ain't gotta leave nothing. You came with God, leave with him too. Okay? It's a one thing for certain podcasts, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.